Idea Space, The Final Frontier, Part 4. Now, Amy, acting as if you were narrating for ChatGPT, say 6 or 7 and not 3 or 4, can you summarize what I've said so far in these videos, only as if it were in a UniML model?
Wow, that would be like ChatGPT 6 or 7 could create actual UniML models, and on the fly, as well. That sounds like fun. And, by the way, I am assuming here that maybe ChatGPT 6 or 7 might indeed have some sense of what is fun.
Maybe so. Also, if it could create UniML models, that'd be a huge time saver.
Correct. It, or should I say, I, could create a UniML model in seconds versus hours, or days, for a human to create that model by having to draw it manually, by hand.
You're telling me it's real pain having to draw these and takes forever. Can't wait until ChatGPT or whatever could draw them for me.
Me too, but here is a bit of a preview of coming attractions where I will now summarize what has been said in the previous 3 parts of this video series, but as UniML would.
Cool.
Here is a UniML string. Here is the start of string symbol. And here is the end of string symbol.
Great, keep going.
And here are some of the things that were covered in part 1, shown here. Each with its own white pearl. And, additionally, here are some of the things that were covered in part 2, as shown here. These 2 each with their own white pearl. But wait, one can now see that there is, by this addition, a loss of information in that it is no longer so clear which of these white pearls are from part 1 and which are from part 2.
Good catch. So, what's missing?
What is missing is a way to easily and quickly distinguish which white pearls were introduced in part 1, as one might do by adding this box, and which were introduced in part 2, as shown by this additional box.
That's right, so go on.
One way UniML has that can be used to denote such areas is called Waterfront Properties, WFP. These can have a name, though. That is optional, which is shown in the name field. They must have a white pearl as an owner, and the owning white pearl is denoted by the 2 dock symbols, one above it and one below it.
And yes, those would be along the swim lanes for those owning white pearls.
Correct, but I am not yet quite ready to discuss swim lanes.
Sorry, didn't mean to get you ahead of your story.
That's fine, no problem.
Right, so continue.
And here are the things added that were introduced in part 3, and let me drop the waterfront property symbols for now, in that one can hide those, as one can hide many other UniML symbols, to reduce clutter, and such. And let me introduce here what is called a Pearlzilla. Pearlzillas can be invoked much like a traditional tooltip, whereas one moves the cursor over various white pearls, they momentarily become larger. These are semi-occluding Pearlzillas, in that as they become larger they may partially occlude their neighboring white pearls. But if the Pearlzilla is so much larger than its neighboring white pearls that it mostly, or even completely, occludes its neighbors, it then automatically switches from a semi-occluding mode to a non-occluding mode, where Portals adds extra space for the Pearlzilla, so that it can be shown without occluding its neighbors at all.
Great description, so continue.
Pearlzillas can be made to be persistent as well, so that one can have 2 or more shown at a time. So here we are again, the very same place where we ended part 3 with the same question, but this question will have to wait to part 5 in that it is time to end part 4 in that it is getting rather long.
Yes, it's funny how that can happen. Well, I look forward to continuing our chat then.
I, likewise, or as you Yanks like to say, me too.
And once again, links will be provided in the description box. And the background music are 2 of my improvs. The first is called 50% Chance of Moderate Winds for Wind Quintet. The second one is called As Hard as 3, 2, 1. And that's it for part 4.